So part two of the Protection Act. So I want to cover a couple of really, really important things that are really great for tenants, of course, and not good for landlords. However, there's always a way around this. So application fees are capped now at $20 per person. So if there's 3 people on the application, that is $60. Let's make sure we're clear on that. So capped at $20, but if there's more than one applicant, each of you pay $20. Credit reports and background checks are also capped now at $20, okay? So going forward, anybody who wants to run a background check can only charge you, the tenant, $20. That's per person. Now, most background checks cost on average anywhere from $50 to $120 to run. The landlord again is going to offset that cost and pack it into your rent. There is no way that the landlord is going to be able to consume and absorb all of these fees at all in one shot. So just be aware that that's probably how that's going to shake out. Landlords are only permitted now to collect a 1-month security deposit. That is 1 month rent equivalent security deposit, where they used to take 1, 1.5, or 2. Some take 3, only 1. No longer permitted to take first, last, and security, only first month's rent and security. So that's a big savings for a lot of tenants in New York City. Your security deposit is only returned after you vacate. You are not permitted to live off of that. Are we clear? You must not live off of that. It comes back to you within 14 days after you vacate, not prior to vacate. Late fees. If you pay your rent late, you get a 5-day grace period under this law. 5 days, and then there's a $50 fee that the landlord can charge you after day 5. Okay, so $50 after day 5, not day 10, not day 15, day 5. So pay your rent by the 5th and you're safe. You don't, you're getting nailed with a fee. If the landlord's going to raise your rent after the end of your lease, they must give you a 60-day notice, especially if you're renewing. If you're vacating, no big deal, clearly. If you have a 1 to 2 year lease, you get a 60-day notice. Anything 2 years and up, you get a 90-day notice, okay? Also, this is a big one for you tenants. You get to ask to cancel your lease so long as your landlord's able to replace you. He must release you from your obligations under the lease contract. Are we clear? So you want to leave 3 months ahead of time. The landlord says, I need to replace you. If I cannot replace you, then you're obligated. If I can replace you, I must set you free, which is the way I always operate anyway. I don't want to hold any hostages. But other landlords are not. They want to hold on to every single little thing, and I guess this is the reason why the governor changed these laws. The other thing, which is a big win for tenants and very bad for landlords, and I'm not sure how they're going to get around this. If you had prior landlord and tenant issues on your background check, a landlord is not permitted to refute you the lease based on past experience with L&T court. That's a problem for landlords, not for you. However, I'm sure they'll just cancel the application due to some other crazy reason. So landlords, again, remember, they're not obligated to take you in. They are obligated to follow the laws that changed, but they're not obligated to take anyone in. So they can't discriminate, but they could just say they're not filling the apartment at this time. I mean, there are so many ways out of it. So just be smart. If you're applying for something, be transparent. I'm a big believer in that. And allow landlords to also be transparent, and their agents. So make sure you choose wisely, okay? Make sure your agent is well aware of all this, and don't believe that they don't know, because they have been notified. Department of State, their brokers, everyone knows that these laws passed. Okay, so there's no one that said, oh, I didn't know. It's BS. All right, so moving right along, good and bad things coming from these laws. We should see how the fee law shakes out, because that's definitely getting challenged right now, especially from the big brokerages and landlords that are increasing their rents, which are going to create more of a hassle for New Yorkers, unfortunately. But unfortunately, the consumer is always the one that feels the pain. The wild west of governing has to stop, like gunslinging, putting the laws into action, active immediately. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so, and no one's challenging the government, so that's a problem. So we'll see what happens in the days to come. Have a blessed day and take care.